Medu niche. Medu niche. Medu niche. It means that the words of God, the words of God, Medu niche. Medu niche. Medu niche. Dear friends, dear brothers and sisters, dear Kamit companions, dear citizens of a just world, greetings. This moment has been planned for a very long time, and today it has finally come. Others have spoken of a good news, and I don't know if that's the right term, but all what I know is that absolutely everything is going to change in this world, and starting by now. I will certainly be an element of division for some people, and at the same time, I'll be an element of cohesion for so many others. My dear companion, now is a real time for the real change. The end of days for some people, and the beginning of crying for so many others. But you need to know it. Your word is already taken on the new pace. So try to adapt yourself to it. Some languages will be born, and some others will die. Powers will fade, and others will rise. Spirits shall come from all walks of life, but those who hold on to life and their sovereignty will hardly feel the bitterness of a battle, but rather this word of justice. Of course, I do not come for nothing, because this moment, as I said, is plain at the end of every 2 millennia. The wicked are coming to an end, and the generous are taking the helm. A lot of truth shall be taught. These are so many lies shall be finally revealed. Many scientific, literary, and political theories shall fall down due to their falseness. And that's how so many scholars who have abusively taken the floor will pitifully be stripped of their forced and undeserved fame. So many institutions will collapse, if not disappear, due to their lies and betrayal of humanity for centuries and even for millennia. Many people will lose their advantages in the long run, but could gain them back if that's what suits them the best. I did not come to divide, as I already said it, for my mission has not been to divide, but to illuminate, to guide, to correct, or to redirect. But as truth sometimes sows many divisions than unions or cohesions, that's why those in the dark side will use it to divide and to accuse my perfect mission. So I come absolutely under the sign of correction. The correction of normalized evil, the correction of senseless ideas, the correction of a distorted past, the correction of wrong divinity, the correction of a bad history, and correction of false conceptions in all areas, so that humanity tomorrow can use it to direct itself toward the spiritual north. Truth has become an extremely trivial element in your world, and it allowed itself to be ignored at any moment, and this shall never help you at all. But the most important thing to correct in all of you is a denial of truth. The practice of lying for reasons of belief, but also the personal incorrigibility in refusing the truth in the favor of self-destructive lies. You know the truth, and even sometimes you practice it, but you prefer to ignore it because you are corrupt to the bone. But this truth today will surely destroy those who lie to themselves and do not accept it, and also those who falsify it for their own evil purposes. Everyone will align with the truth, even if it shall only be to redefine themselves. But do not worry about its acceptance or not. Each of you will face the truth, and many, for various reasons, will choose their own perdition in the name of integrity. Those are the ones who will regret it later, because while some will be embracing the truth, others shall be held back by their lies. I will not refuse to each of you the right to follow the truth, but still you shall be free to assume their choice, because choice is always free, but consequences are mandatory. And so, if you refuse the truth and the realities, consequences are never going to ask for your opinion. And that's why I would like to insist on this, and especially for all those who rely on believing instead of thinking and reasoning. There are universal realities that even the creator of this whole system of things cannot escape. And for that, we can congratulate ourselves on having this absolute and unique truth. Besides, the greatest, the truest of all other truths that apply to all existence and dimensions, the beginning and the end. One, no one can be at the beginning of their creation or existence. That's the first truth. That's to say that we cannot conceive ourselves and manufacture ourselves while we do not yet exist. This is all the most true as it is impossible. Hence, the true and the perfect reality is that even God, the Creator, has a beginning and maybe an end one day. What I know about over there in that dimension is that nothing is known exactly by a being of our reality. But there is also another truth that I know. It is possible that we exist, that we create, and that we leave the continuity of our creation, our work, to someone else who can be our creator, our child, or simply that we let our system to self-direct because we are tired, we are at rest, we have reached our goals, or that simply we do not want to use it anymore. And it is this set of possibilities that obliges us to assume our reality and take care of it. We can do everything in order or in disorder, in a consciousness or unconsciousness, in a will, in a commitment, as in a voluntary or involuntary ignorance. But at the end, we shall always be confronted to the truth that shall force our spirit, our body, and all this as a whole to the reality that shall therefore oblige us to accept and bow to that arguably fact. So before going further, I need to introduce the Kamit spirituality. There you can see the Karzel, he who represents God on earth, as we're going to see it. God has never been a white, a red, or a yellow. God is black. So please, let me introduce the Kamit spirituality from this speech by saying that here's the beginning, again and forever. Life so true, and the universe is so logical, that no one shall say again any reality that you shall be unable to understand. I have come with everything to free karma from this long outfielded journey. It is time to go from your darkness to the light. These are all the elements we need to see the Kamit spirituality or religion, because I knew that without them all, we shall never talk of the given freedom. And two, the African spiritual guide, the Faraket. The Faraket is the African sacred book, the African Meduniche, that shall help in following the Kamit spirituality from end to end. The Kamit tuning, or the greater perfect tuning, that shall allow all Africans to play good music with good frequency and good notes to their ancestors and to God the Creator, to access them much more efficiently. So for this beginning, the Meduniche, the words of God, shall be taught to all African descendants, to all Kamit descendants, in all those three languages, in Kama, in English, and in French. That's going to disappear in Africa or in Kama very soon. So the only remaining language that shall be used in Kama will be Kama. So the African Intelligent Revolution is a very big project that shall never stop again in part, but in another part we shall be shaping it step by step in the long run, going progressively from these three main parts that are the study of the African spirituality, the learning and the studying of the African language, Kama, the study of the greater perfect tuning, which is the ultimate discovery in musicology and the vibratory physics. We're going to work with all of them and number of programs like the building of mind and the matter, which is the reshaping phase of the African youth mind to face the new world, and so many other topics on chain. Thank you for listening and welcome to African Intelligent Revolution. Thank you.